Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a cinematic PBJ, petrifying, beastly, and jaw-dropping edition of Monster Party.
Monster Party!
Monster Party!
Monster Party!
Yeah! It's another one!
Oh, you know what? I feel
Yeah.
so comfortable.
Yes.
I'm just luxuriating in comfort.
Oh, man.
Fearsomely feel good.
Yeah. And you know why? Because I've been watching genre films and TV shows. Guys, what do you think? Do you guys have some favorite genre comfort food?
Well, I do, but
Sure.
who are you, sir?
I am Matt Weinhold.
I am Shawn Sheridan.
I'm Larry Stroth.
And I'm James GONIS.
And as teased for this episode, the topic is Monster Party's genre comfort food.
Monster Party!
Dun,
genre
dun,
comfort
dun.
food!
Comfort food.
Dun,
Comfort
dun.
food. Yeah, we're talking about things that we watch that make us feel good. Make us
Yeah.
feel safe and
Yeah.
loved and cared for and give us the warm and fuzzies.
Yes, exactly.
Sometimes life can be a little rough.
It
And
can
so
be, Larry.
it's nice, when that weekend strolls around, you're able to go and pick that favorite something that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. But it's in the world of science fiction, fantasy, or horror.
That's right. And speaking of the warm and fuzzies, yeah. Our guest for tonight is a friend of ours. We've known him for years. He is, I would say, a genre expert because every time we talk with him, he knows so much about everything genre, science fiction, horror, fantasy, TV shows, old and new. And where do we do this speaking? Well, we do this speaking in his store. He has a wonderful store in Burbank called Blast from the Past.
Blast from the past!
Blast from the Past. It's at
Great
3117 West Magnolia Boulevard in Burbank. And it's a great store. It's kind of like Floyd's Barbershop kind of a feel. You go in there and you're surrounded by like-minded people, and he sells all kinds of wonderful toys, old and new, and collectibles and comic books. And there's more to it than even that, but I will let our guest explain some of this. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on Monster Party for the first time, Larry Ross.
Larry Ross!
Larry Ross.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Oh,
we're doing
Thanks for
great.
having me.
Oh,
Of
Larry,
course.
great to have you.
Thanks. Cool.
You know what's great about Larry, too? Really quickly, I went in his store one time and I was wearing this really unique, special Star Trek shirt. It was like, had paintings of it was kind of shag-like. And I went in the store, I'm wearing this new shirt. No one's going to have this shirt. I go in the store. Who do I see? Larry is there behind the counter wearing the exact same shirt.
Wow.
And I was so excited. Larry, I don't know if you remember,
Wow.
but I got a photo of us.
I remember we showed it to
I've got
Well.
to post that because I love that photo.
That's incredible.
It's like
Dude.
you have such a wonderful store. It's so
It is. It's amazing.
Oh,
So funny. I was about to tell that story. Now, was that the first time you were wearing that shirt?
yes.
Okay,
Out in
that I
public.
didn't know, because it was the first time I was wearing that shirt.
Wow. The
No.
mind boggles.
You guys may be related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same shirt, same name.
It's like the movie
uncanny.
Twins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be Arnold. You can be Danny.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But Blast from the Past, it's such a great store, Larry.
Well,
And it's not just a store, too. It also is a meeting place, and it's
Yeah.
a place for events like you have a comedy night, you have a trivia night, which that trivia night, by the way, I went for the first time, and it was packed.
really?
Oh,
Packed to the rafters.
I've got to go to that. I've got to go one of these nights.
Oh,
Yeah.
we get about 120 people out to that. 8 to 12 teams, and they all have great team names. I'm on the team We Drink Your Blood.
Nice. And is it like trivia? Is it like both vintage and new stuff? Is it like,
it
categories?
skews a little more modern. It's horror trivia.
Okay.
It's called
Yeah.
Dead Right Horror Trivia, and it's run by Jared Rivet and Rebecca McKendry.
Oh, yeah.
Rebecca has been doing a lot of filmmaking lately.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, they've had guest fill-in folks, but it is not easy trivia.
No, it is not.
It's kind of kick your butt hard.
It's challenging. And guess what, guys? The night that I was there, I'm not sure if I remember this correctly, if he was the winner or a finalist, but Pat Jankowicz.
Really?
No.
I can see that. I can see that for sure.
Expert.
Yeah, we had Pat on the show. Yeah, that's great.
Pat does well. He does.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people that are really, really good. When Rebecca and I don't think Jared was part of it at that point, but anyway, Rebecca came in. We were talking about is this a possible new home for Dead Right Horror Trivia? And so I said, hey, throw me a trivia question. So she asked, in The Hills Have Eyes, the redneck cannibal family, they all have names based on what? Well, I said they are based on Roman or Greek gods. And she said, no, they're named after planets. And I was so done. I was so close. It wasn't until a couple of years later I went, wait a minute.
Yeah. Well, speaking of comfort food, that film is one of my comfort foods.
Yeah, really.
It really is.
Is that how we're starting off?
Yes, we are.
So wait, let me.
The 1977 film, by the way.
Right.
So let me get this clear. So if you're feeling down, you put on The Hills Have Eyes.
I do.
Sure.
There are times now. It's not always about feeling down. Sometimes it's just I want to invite a familiar friend over.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily in a bad way. I don't really feel like watching something new. I want to spend some time with my old pals, the nutty mutant family that lives in the hills. And they eat human flesh. I love that movie.
Well, you see, for me, Larry, I need to know what you think. But like for me, if you're feeling down, I want something that makes me feel happy, something that maybe has a happy ending. Like I'm not going to go and watch David Fincher's Seven from 1995. Okay, that's a bit of a downer to me. I mean, great film, but if I want something uplifting, I'm not going to go there. Okay,
but
Larry,
and the Earth is destroyed.
But Beneath the Planet of the Apes, is that yours?
No, I'm saying.
It's another of mine, honestly.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Actually, all of the original Apes franchise films, from Planet of the Apes to Battle, depending on my mood, all those are cozy, quaint, familiar,
and Sean
films.
Wait a minute.
Sean, Beneath is the one that I go to the most, though.
Really? Yeah.
Okay. Now, because I want to get James in here too. What about Escape to the Planet of the Apes? Because to me, that is not a feel-good ending.
Well, the ending isn't, but it has everything. It's got a little bit of everything. It still has hope at the end because little babies,
characters that you love and adore, Cornelius.
I want
them to run for a public office.
It's the 70s, Larry. You get the good and the bad all together.
Yeah.
No sugarcoat it.
Right.
Yeah.
The Apes films are classics, and they're so familiar. It really is like putting on a comfortable glove.
Yeah,
but
it really is.
Me, my criteria is that all of those movies don't really fit in my criteria because they all have a certain amount of tension. Okay. And that is still very, very much, every time I see it, I could see them a million times. There's still that tension. It's very effective. So those don't really count for me as comfort food,
Okay.
For me, it's something more like anything by Jerry Anderson, because most of those are really, really, they're great looking. The effects are amazing, but especially like Thunderbirds in color, it's extremely slow moving. So I could just sort of have it on. I can admire it. I'm not going to get involved in it. I can watch it without the sound. That's my criteria.
Yeah, I agree. It's like eye candy. And I would throw in the live action shows too, like UFO and Space 1999. They're so aesthetically beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, James, I was going to say, for listeners who don't know, can you tell them what Thunderbirds is?
Well,
what makes it so cool?
If they don't know, what are they doing listening to this podcast?
Yeah, exactly.
Not everyone knows about the movie Jaws, okay? So sometimes we have to... Come on.
Everybody listen to this podcast does, Larry. I guarantee.
We are not going to explain Jaws.
We're not going to
explain.
No,
I quit. I just asked
or Star Wars.
I just asked James about Thunderbirds. Jeez.
In a nutshell, Thunderbirds is one of several shows produced by Jerry Anderson, who's in a genre of himself, who was a producer from Britain of ITV television. Most of his output was from the 60s, and most of it was what we call super marionation. It was marionettes, it was puppets. And the special effects were done by legendary effects people like Derek Meddings, who went on to do like James Bond movies. And they were state of the art and ahead of their time even then. But, now with the passage of time, pretty slow moving. You got to admit.
But spectacular, though.
Absolutely. And I have a lot of affection for them.
Today's audiences might recognize Team America as kind of the bastard child of
parody, right? Absolutely.
Thunderbirds.
I would say if you're new to the show and a young listener and you go, I got to see what this Thunderbirds thing is all about, you need to watch it with the eye that everything in here was made handcrafted. Everything.
Yeah.
These little sets, the little spaceships, the island, just everything.
Everything, yeah.
And
that's real fire. And
Those
are real explosions.
Yes, that's no CGI.
Yeah.
I know.
And if you're going to do Thunderbirds, I would say then after that, if you want something that is a little more fast moving, I would move on to Captain Scarlet and the Mysterons.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because that one is a half hour, whereas Thunderbirds is an hour.
Yeah.
And it's played out in real time, by the way, in the Thunderbirds. but Captain Scarlet, I mean, the very beginning of that show, in the title sequence, there's a murder. So,
yeah. And
enjoy, kids.
Matt, I would throw in Stingray too, because Stingray is also half an hour, I believe. Stingray is kind of like the underwater version of Thunderbirds in some way,
right?
But it's also, but you're right; those things, they're just the color, and they're amazing, and they're like from the '60s. I mean, it's astounding to me. But Matt, you were saying about Hills Have Eyes, how that's kind of your comfort. It's funny because for me, actually, right now at this age, I'll go back to some of the early slasher films of the early 80s, because at the time, like when the original Friday the 13th came out, oh my God, it was like the end of the world. The conservative groups, like the parent groups and the critics were saying, oh, this is despicable. And this they're causing people to, go out and commit murder. And like, my God, you watch those movies now and they're almost quaint, compared to like anything now. So like all the early phase of slasher films after Friday the 13th, like Graduation Day and Prom Night and Terror Train and Hell Night, they're like Saturday morning TV now when you watch them.
I agree.
They're fun.
And I'm just curious, Larry, what do you think? Is this in the world of your comfort food, or Larry R. I'm speaking to?
Oh, yes. Gosh, some of it, yeah, and some of it, nah.
What's your nah?
It depends. But,
well,
are you not much of a Friday the 13th fan?
I will take Freddy and Michael over Jason.
I will too. Absolutely. But
Freddy's got some personality.
Sure.
Michael has some legitimate suspense.
Yes. Yeah. Of course.
Jason is just killing people in semi-interesting ways.
But sometimes in the background,
there's no character there. There's no
just killing.
There's no motivation. So
angry. That's the motivation.
I want to know, how do you feel about Jason X, or Jason 10 as it's known?
In space.
This is the one in space, because that one, if you haven't seen it, you might enjoy it, because it is basically a satire of the Jason franchise.
I got up to the fifth one, and I decided that they're just repeating themselves, and I was kind of done.
I get it.
Okay.
I get it.
So I stopped there, although I did see Freddy versus Jason, which I love.
It's great.
Me too.
Really fun.
That one kind of explains itself. We kind of understand why and where Freddy's coming from and why they would be in conflict with one another. Even though you would think that they should be on the same team.
Right.
But no, they fight.
I'm just saying that, from a nostalgia point of view and from the time, they're amusing to watch now because also the fashions and just the tropes,
They're like Abbott and Costello movies to me.
Yeah, totally.
But Larry R., I would like to know, I want you to give us one of your comfort films out of the slasher realm, something that the first thing that you think of when you think of genre comfort food.
Realm? Sticking to the slasher realm or just
no.
Whatever. Okay.
Anything.
Yeah, I'll go George Powell Time Machine.
Good one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great choice.
I'm so glad you
hell yeah, that one.
It's hopeful.
Yeah, it's got some hope.
I like hope.
Cool effects for the time.
But those Morlocks kick ass.
They are so good. And that's another thing that's great about that film is that you got the science fiction, but you also have this nice vein of horror running through it that's genuinely scary. At least it was for me growing up.
Yeah.
Sure.
You got the lovely lady,
Oh,
yes.
But Larry, I know you're a fan of that movie, and I have a big question to ask you. At the end of the film, they realize that, oh my gosh, she's gone back, but he took 3 books. What do you think those 3 books are? Oh, come on. Don't tell me you haven't thought about that.
Well, thinking about it, sure.
You think about it. Well, I'll throw something out at you.
Question, I don't know.
Oh, come on. You don't have any idea?
I've got the first book, I think, and I don't know, maybe this is personal. I think he took the Bible.
No, he didn't take the Bible. He's a scientist.
I get that.
What he's going to go to the future?
Why are you saying no?
What? Okay.
You asked him what he thought.
Here's why. Because what went wrong? What went wrong in the future?
You had these people that turned into these blue gluttonous people.
Why did they do that?
Because they were hungry and selfish and greedy.
Okay. And so what would
the first book was a cookbook.
Selfishness and greed. Some morality.
You could have brought Animal Farm. You could have brought that.
I could see if he was a scientist, he had a choice. He would bring.
How Animal Farm hadn't yet been written. Shut up.
There you go.
Take that.
He could have brought a science book and a Bible, so you have a balance, and then something in between.
Exactly. Okay,
I think back then,
I've only gotten the first book.
Yeah.
And,
go ahead.
I would say a important science book. Here's how we do this, do that.
Right.
A medical book. Don't you think a medical?
Medical book probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
But I would say you need to balance. Science alone isn't going to do it. You need morality because humanity had split into 2 distinct, separate
camps,
species, and the one was the Eloi on the surface were the elites, and the Morlocks were the workers. And if the elites don't take care of the workers, a Marxist point of view, the workers will devour the elite.
But that's
like
how
Metropolis.
You looked at it? That's how you looked at it? You didn't look at it?
I think that's a really interesting way to look at it. Yeah,
I never looked at it that way.
You have to have both sides working with the other.
To me, it's like the Morlocks are like farmers, okay? And
farmers.
The Eloi, yeah.
I mean, I know they farm. I know they farm, but
sir.
I mean,
and the
Eloi are their cattle, essentially.
100%.
That's their food. That's their food. It had nothing to do with Eloi's like, all the Eloi up there, they're all idiots. They're like, oh, a book. I just here's my food. I'm going to eat my food. I'm going to walk around and watch people swim in the water.
But Larry R, aren't you saying that that's where it ended up, right?
Yeah.
It could have been is that it started with the elites and the workers, and what happened is that things just got twisted to the point where, yes, the elite lost track of who even creates this stuff for them and the work that goes into creating food and clothes and everything else. And so the power dynamic shifted.
Yeah. I think it's pretty clear both sides have degenerated.
Right.
You don't get the impression that the Morlocks are, mechanical geniuses. They
have equipment. They have equipment down there.
But they're not. It's pretty antiquated.
They're passive.
It's functional. It's functional. You have an old computer that's working. Hey, my computer's still working, even though it's like 5 years old.
They've got smocks, fruit, and blankets.
But they don't question anything. They don't question
about the Morlocks or the Eloi.
Okay, I think you see the Morlocks as maintaining those machines.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. I look at the film and I don't see anybody with a wrench that's keeping it going.
They would have to know how to fix the machines. They would have to, because
I think it's just a matter of time before those machines break down.
Larry, in defense, you're not in all the caves. I'm sure there's a cave area where the Morlocks are saying to each other, "Oh, Bob, yeah, you ready to work on that generator over here with a big wrench?" Yeah.
Okay. And Larry R, do you own a home?
I do.
Then there's no such thing as, it's going to last for a couple hundred years. No, it's going to break tomorrow. That's what happens with everything. And so somebody has to know how to at least do basic repairs. But I think when you look at that machinery that's underground, it's almost like industrial revolution. It looks like you got these big pumps and
steam.
And so I don't think it's very it's highly technological.
Well, I don't know. I look at those Morlocks and they don't seem like guys that could maintain stuff very well.
You're not hanging around down there very long.
Maybe there's a hidden species like the mutants in Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Third species.
The puppet masters behind it all.
I mean, it's a fascinating idea, and obviously we needed sequels and more time spent with the Morlocks to really break down their whole.
Right. We need a really overlong, indulgent Netflix series that lasts like 5 seasons where nothing happens to explain it all.
Yeah,
and then it all happens in the last 2.
Exactly.
Doesn't seem like a series that would bring me comfort.
True.
Yes, and the whole point of this
theme.
Yes,
I think Time Machine kicks ass.
Yes, this episode is comfort food. The Time Machine is a great comfort film movie. That's great.
I agree.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Nice. So I'll throw that one in there.
Can I throw out one?
Yeah, sure. Bring it.
You guys don't mind if I throw my 2 cents?
Yeah, sure. Cut off your guess.
No.
I mentioned that I like hope, and I also like aliens. And sometimes there's a misunderstanding, or when 2 species come together the first time, you're not sure if one's going to hurt the other or whatnot. For me, one that really makes me feel warm and fuzzy is from 1953, the classic It Came from Outer Space, directed by Jack Arnold, the story by Ray Bradbury, screenplay by Harry Essex. This is with Richard Carlson. And, I love this so much. Bradbury had written this story about an amateur astronomer who sees what he thinks might be a spaceship crash land. Everyone goes out to see it and it goes, oh, it's just a meteor, but there are actually aliens inside there. And it's such a great story. It's interesting because Bradbury wasn't in the writers union at the time. He wasn't given screenplay credit. It went to Harry Essex. And there's this story that I've heard, Bradbury put so much of his soul into that teleplay, if you want to call it, or he thought he was doing the script. So yeah, it was a screenplay essentially that he handed over to Harry Essex, and Harry Essex said, "This was the easiest screenplay for me to do. I basically took a lot of what you wrote and just put it in there." And so there was this debate. There's this great line about when he asked the guys who are on the telephone poles, have you heard anything? Have you seen anything? And the guy up on the telephone pole starts telling him about, you see a lot of things out in the desert. Sometimes the wind goes through the wires and it hums. And that type of poetry is something that comes directly from Bradbury, not from Harry Essex. So
I believe that.
Yeah. So I think it is mostly a Bradbury film. But where it goes, where the aliens, they are able to take the shapes of humans that they hold on to try to get stuff around the town so they can fix their spaceship and leave. And where it goes, you have this sheriff who's not really sure. And he goes, I want to clean this up. And Richard Carlson says, calm down. I think we can work this out. And ultimately, they are able to work it out. And so there is this element of hope in it. So, and I always love watching it. So it came from outer space as well.
It was a nice antithesis to the usual, the atomic age of the 50s had a lot of evil, malevolent aliens attacking. That was one that was showed actually that the humans were usually the more violent ones, and they misunderstood things, and that the aliens didn't really want to harm us, actually.
One of my favorite original posters is I have an original It Came From Outer Space from 53, and I have some of the lobby cards, and I just love those so much. And, it was a different time. There was a cute scene. And, of course, this was shot in 3D, which was, state of the art at the time. And so Jack Arnold had a lot of these gags, and there's a moment where Barbara Rush is kind of concerned, there's aliens. And she hears the door, knock or whatever. She goes to the door and she screams, and it's a little kid wearing a little space helmet. And he goes, "Evening, Miss Fields." And that space helmet, it's a toy that you could actually purchase in the 50s.
Oh, cool.
And I've wanted to get that thing so badly so I can recreate that moment myself. I want to be that little kid who says, "Evening, Miss Fields." But it's way too expensive. It's really pricey. Larry, you know the one I'm talking about? It's the mirrored helmet.
No, I mean I'm familiar with space helmets and toy ones, but
it's a great one.
Okay,
it's funny.
I'm going to channel our Larry here. Okay, the topic is not comfort space helmets. All right.
Yes,
James, do you have a movie?
Well, yeah. This movie's come up a few times in recent shows, but I'll bring it up as a classic for me of comfort viewing, and that's Blade Runner from 1982. This is a movie that I saw originally in the theater in a sneak preview. I think it was playing after Summer Lovers back in the summer of 82.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Summer Lovers to see Blade Runner. But I was compelled to see it again and again. And even though it wasn't considered critically successful at the time and was very different from other science fiction action pictures, it was much slower, much more atmospheric. And since then, I could watch that movie. I could just have that movie playing on a monitor, on a loop 24/7 for the atmosphere, for the visuals, for the music. And that to me is premium comfort. I don't need to follow the story anymore. I don't need to get hung up necessarily on the dialogue. And those were never necessarily the strong points of the film. Sure. It always had a lot more to do with the subtlety and the nuance. And for me, that movie's probably my number one choice for comfort viewing.
Wow,
me too.
Let's go. It is. You're right. It's just so
great one.
You're right, as far as the mood and atmosphere. You're right. It's
James.
So
what if you if you attach it to Blade Runner 2049 and you could watch? It's a beautiful.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
I'm just saying, it's a beautiful film. I love watching it.
It's pretty, but for me, that's it.
There's nuance.
Don't go there.
Here's the question I have, which is, which version are we talking about of Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's part of the beauty of it. Is there's so many different versions that you could have a loop with 4 different cuts or 5 different cuts.
Just all day. Yeah.
No,
for me, it's the director's cut. It has to be.
Really?
Okay.
Because it's got the obvious ending that Ridley Scott wanted, which is that Deckard is a replicant.
Wait,
and
what?
That's fact, Larry. That is fact. Ridley Scott always intended that it was Deckard who was a replicant. That's what the little unicorn means. And so I don't understand anyone who says, no, that's not the case. I know that Harrison Ford at one point said, well, I wasn't playing it that way. And maybe for that version, the studio version where they tack on that horrible happy ending. But for the director's cut, he's a replicant.
But
right?
Well, no, I don't think.
Why do you say no? Why do you say no?
I want to know what Larry R. feels about
I would love to hear this.
That's what I want to know.
Well, my first experience was with the happy ending.
Right.
Yeah, for all of us, yeah.
My understanding was always that Ridley Scott intended the ending to be ambiguous and that it could be interpreted either way. With, as time has gone by, he's leaned more and more to Deckard as a replicant.
And I think the theatrical release that had the happy ending kind of leaves it ambiguous whether or not that was his intention or not,
Yeah.
But I just don't know. I mean, I'm kind of fine with it either way. I just don't think it necessarily. I don't know if it makes sense though that he's a replicant as far as the story was. Well, how did he? But why did they use a replicant to hunt down replicants?
Yeah, that doesn't make.
I guess
sense.
that's my question.
It does make sense because it's the ultimate joke, I think, in a lot of ways in their eyes. Yeah. Like, hey, we're gonna have a replicant take out its own.
And Gaff knew about it. That's why he made the little.
And if you can create memories in Rachel,
right.
Memories could be created for Rachel, then they could be created for Deckard, for him to think that this is what he is and he's human and so forth.
Yeah. The thing is, I enjoy the movie regardless of if that question is answered. I just and I like
that made it better for me though.
Yeah,
because then it explained things to me.
It adds a dimension, but I would also argue that ending, that happy ending, quote unquote, is also not 100% happy. That's also kind of bittersweet because this narration, as flawed as that whole part of it may be, is, I didn't know how much time we'd have, but then again, who does?
True. Yeah.
That's ambiguous and romantic and beautiful to me.
But that's life.
I agree.
Yeah.
And there's a lot, not all of it, but I really like that narration. To me, it serves to connect it to the film noir tradition.
Yeah.
Well, if you're listening, if like James said, you have it on the background and you're just listening to it all the time, then the narration kind of work for you. I mean, I've kind of got used to the narration because, like I said, that's how like all of us. That's how I saw it. I've seen the movie a million times, both the original version, director's cut, whatever. I kind of like all of it, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, the narration doesn't ruin the film for me in any way.
No, not at all. And in fact, at least the first time I saw it, I needed it because there's a lot that I wouldn't understand without it.
Well, that's what the studio thought
because I know the stuff because it's it's burned into my brain. When the police captain Emmett Walsh it talks about little people and then Deckard explains it. I sure didn't know what the hell he was talking about with little people.
Right.
I mean, we're not talking little people as in midgets or munchkins, but what the hell does little people mean? Thanks, Deckard. I wouldn't have known.
I think if the narration had been better, I would have liked it more. And I'm like you guys. I didn't have anything really to compare it to when I saw it in the theater. So I went with the narration and I loved the film. But when I saw it without the narration and seeing the director's cut and seeing some scenes that were added, it took on a whole nother dimension. It made the thing a little bit more adult. And I like the fact in movies where I do have to do a little work every once in a while and work some things out. But I get what you're saying. And I think because of, all you have to do is just go and look up any making of Blade Runner and you'll see why that narration sounds that way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the story is right that Harrison Ford purposely did it kind of crappy, thinking that they're not going to use it. It's like, don't underestimate this movie studio's executives. Oh, that's great. It spoon feeds everything. Put it in. Yeah.
I'd be okay with less of it.
Yeah.
I want at least some of it because I really like that whole film noir 30s detective movie.
Oh yeah, that's feel. Right. Exactly. That's what they're going for, I think. But
Anyway, so what else you got?
Well, I want to mention, I think for all of us, I would think that as monster kids, certainly for me, maybe one of the first real examples of comfort viewing for me would be all the classic Universal monster films.
Yeah.
I mean, because back in the day, Talk Theater Package, when they started showing all the films on TV, I was born in 1964, so I as very, very young, started watching these things on TV, and that's probably how I was first exposed to monster movies, is on television, and it was the Universal monster films, and they are very much comfort food, because that's one thing about Universal. Back then, the 30s and 40s, they had a similar look, and it was, as we know, is one of the first cases of a shared universe. Once they did Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, it's like, wow, let's have all the monsters together, all the sequels. Plus, Matt, you mentioned Abbott and Costello. The Abbott and Costello monster films, all of that, such comfort films to me. And I know all those movies by heart, but I love them. Every once in a while, I will go back to them and watch them all.
Yeah. This is almost like taking a happiness pill when I watch the opening credits with the Universal globe spinning, and that just puts me in a very positive place.
And the Swan Lake music that
that just makes me so happy.
Yeah, there's that kind of common shared experience for so many monster kids. And that opened up to, the 40s, you got Val Lewton, and then the 50s, you got the giant insects. I mean, it went on, but it kind of started, at least for me, with Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Invisible Man, the Mummy, all those.
And I would include all the other Universal, like the Rondo Hattons and the Captive Wild Woman, and the Inner Sanctum ones with Lon Chaney, because they've all got consistent production values. A lot of them were scored by Hans Salter, the same person. Yep. You know what you're going to get, and that's very comforting.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Did anybody else have the experience of coming across those things, but just in a wildly out of order? I know that, I would see one and then I'd see another, and I would try and mentally put together, okay, what order do these?
Yeah,
they were all out of order, and trying to put it all together
before guidebooks and internet and all that. You had to
then you throw in Godzilla and sure. Some of the Ray Harryhausen stuff, and trying to go, okay, it's not been until much more recently that I went, oh, okay, so Dracula came first, then Frankenstein. Wolfman wasn't for 15 more years, and then Creature was another 10 after that.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, where did the Invisible Man fit in?
That's why knowledgeable horror hosts were such a gift.
Yes,
back then, because they talked you through all this stuff, and they created the context of this is the first film, this is the history of it, and not so much to bog you down with too much minutia that you weren't going to listen to as a kid. I mean, at least ours, because we grew up in the Bay Area with Bob Wilkins and John Stanley.
My horror host was Seymour.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
okay.
I know Seymour. Great.
All right.
I'm an LA kid, so he was my guy.
I had a couple. Mine was Chilly Billy.
Oh,
and this guy named Uncle Ted. So Uncle Ted's Ghoul School. And there's a guy called the Creep. And I sought out all of them. I mean, I was one of those kids that I would stay up late when everybody else is going to sleep, and I would seek out all the monster and sci-fi movies on TV Guide and try to stay up and watch them all.
Well, my all-time favorite film is Night of the Living Dead.
Oh.
And one of the first signings I ever went to was George Romero.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, don't get me started. Anyway,
no, I want to get you started.
I remember in the credits, Chili Bill Cardile,
yes,
is prominent, but I didn't know who he was in the film. Right. So I had theorized that he was the first zombie. No, that's John Russo.
Right.
Chili Bill Cardile is the
reporter. He's like the news reporter. Yeah, right.
Chief, are these creatures slow moving? Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
That's comfort food for me. That movie and Dawn of the Dead. I turn to those quite often and put them on and go for that ride again, because I'm with you. Night of the Living Dead is one of my favorite films of all time, certainly one of my favorite horror films. Yeah. And as you were mentioning those news reports in the film, that was one of the things that I thought was so brilliant. Even as a kid, I recognized wow, this is something that's really anchoring this to reality. And I love the fact that they carried that over to Dawn of the Dead. And so now I can watch both of those back to back on a loop and feel very happy.
Did anybody else notice, they're in this house, it's night, they're being attacked, and every time they cut to the news guy, it's daylight?
No, I didn't know.
It's a time change.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be live, but it's
You're right.
daytime.
But
following Sheriff
Romero,
McClellan all around. And,
you know what my thought about that was? My justification, my logic was back in those days, they shot on 16 millimeters. So there was a guy who running with a camera. There was a guy running with, an audio thing. And so it was never live like it was a video.
Right.
So that report of the guy
was
walking
like hours
to the car,
earlier.
that was shot earlier in the day. They bring it to the lab and then they have it for the evening news. That was my justification,
I can buy that.
Larry.
I buy that.
No, I buy that.
And Romero actually started in documentaries and
He did.
making shorts and things. So he used that authenticity, really well.
Thank you. You may have just saved the movie for me.
Awesome. You had a chance to meet
need saving.
But you had a chance to meet George. You had a chance to meet George Romero, right?
Yes, actually a couple of times.
Really?
In my life, yeah. One of the very last time I met him, I now had a store, and I gave him my business card, and he passed not too long after that.
Right.
Just heartbreaking. Yeah, that first time I went to the signing, he was promoting Creepshow.
Right.
Oh, wow. Cool. Cool.
And he was always just the nicest guy.
Very
accessible.
Nice. We at Monster Party, we all managed to go at the same time. We got to meet with him. We all had our Monster Party shirts on. We got our photos with him, and it was great. It was wonderful. He was a lovely, lovely guy. And at the same time, a lot of the cast members were there.
Yes.
And
right.
And what I love is the woman who plays the little girl.
Karen is the character name. Kyra is the actress.
Kyra, yes. And what I love is, and I'm sure she does this for everybody, where you get her to sign a picture and she puts "I hurt." I love that. I love that.
That's somebody who's doing you a fan solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, with George Romero and the Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, all of those, I think we can all agree, are an apocalyptic film series. And for some reason, I don't know what this is. It might say something about my personality, but I get the warm and fuzzies with apocalyptic films. And I could do a triple feature of Soylent Green, A Boy and His Dog,
oh my God,
and The Road Warrior. Like all three of those would fill me with joy. And if I was kind of depressed that day, that would actually make me feel great because Soylent Green, for example, Soylent Green is such a dark, horrifying film in many ways, obviously, but it's also got some very beautiful moments.
It's true.
And the acting is superb, and to see Edward G. Robinson in his last performance, it's just so great. And I also love the fact that is a movie that if you watch it today, it holds up because it presents an alternate future. It's like, well, if things went the way they did in the storyline of this movie, this is what everything would look like. So it's futuristic, but even when you get into, the rich person's house and you see that video game, remember the video game?
That was so cool.
It's so cool, but it's so basic. And you go, that's as far as they got because resources. And so I love that. And then Boy and His Dog, I'm a giant Harlan Ellison fan. And I just think that movie is so well cast, well shot. I think the adaptation that they did from the story to the screenplay works perfectly. But I love that movie. And then The Road Warrior is pure fun from the minute it starts. And talk about some of the best car chases, some of the best villains. I mean, everything about that thing is perfect. And it also, for me, shows a time that we're never going to get back. Those are real people driving those cars. They're really getting hurt. That car really crashed. That's a real fire. And I love it. It's one of those things. Forget whatever you might think of Mel Gibson. He's fabulous in that.
Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah,
Matt, wouldn't you say too, the great thing about that film, it's a crossover film. You could say it's a science fiction film, but it's also, if you like cars,
action.
you're a
Yes,
car
I agree.
fan.
Absolutely.
There's this weird story I have. When I saw the film, I was a little full of myself. I thought it was brilliant, and my brother was playing professional football one time. Well, he was playing professional football, and he introduced me to this monster of a defensive end, and he told me he thought Road Warrior was stupid. And I looked at him and I go, "Oh, you're an idiot." my brother's eyes popped out. He thought his friend was going to rip my head off, but he just looked at me, and I go off on this tangent about why I thought I was an idiot. He goes, but they wore football pads. You go, it's an apocalyptic world. Of course they'd wear football pads and stuff.
Whatever they get their hands on.
That's right.
True,
That's right.
sure.
And
Yeah.
he looked at my brother and goes, I like your little brother. He's crazy, man.
He's got balls.
Yeah. But it's true. It's a film that other people who may not be into science fiction can really get into, because it's an action film. It's got cars in it. It's
Yeah.
for the ladies. You've got a young looking Mel, and so there's a lot in it. And it's a great heroic story. And it's true, Matt, watching it, you're looking at some of the stunts, you go, there's no CGI in this.
No,
At all.
no.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, some of the flips and the jumps, and it's unbelievable. Great movie.
I think maybe it's also fair to say that in some of these post-apocalyptic science fiction movies that we can walk away from them and it's like, okay, they were cautionary, at the time. It's like maybe where society is headed. But then after this movie is over, it's like, okay, things may be bad now, but they're still not that bad. There's no
Exactly. You're so right, James. How many times have you, after watching Soylent Green, opened up some strawberry jam and went, I'm rich?
No, an apple.
Yeah, really.
Matt, it's an apple. I cut an apple.
Life is good.
This apple's so... That's true. I think if you were to watch that movie, for some reason, the food that you eat,
it makes you appreciate things
better.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
look, I've got 2 steaks. I'm a billionaire.
You can get in your car, you can drive down the street, and there may be some crazy drivers out there, but you don't have to worry about like Road Warrior style.
Not yet. No.
you can go to McDonald's anytime you want.
Yeah. No, that's a very good point. Yeah. I feel that way too. It's like, when the triple feature is over, you go, I think I've got it pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. But how many of you guys, though, like at our age that we are at now, how many really, really recent films do you see as those kind of go-to comfort films? I don't know if I have, like, it seems like I'm thinking about thinking about this show before we started, like writing down or just thinking of all the things that just puts me in my happy place and I go to all the time that I never get sick of. Most of it's kind of older stuff, vintage stuff. I mean, I don't know if that's just the nostalgia aspect of it, but like, I don't know.
A couple exceptions, like Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one.
Oh,
yeah, you're
that
right.
holds up.
That does, yeah. But it's few and far between, though. I mean, it's weird because I think we associate memories of watching this stuff with our age and our outlook at the time.
Sure.
Maybe it was much more simpler and more optimistic and less stressful. And I don't know, but it's interesting because so much of it, for me at least, is like stuff going all the way back to when I was a little kid that I can still watch.
Well, then, okay, for each of you, a film in the past, say, 20 years.
yeah.
Go.
Gosh,
Give me
that's really
a
hard.
comfort food film.
Avengers Endgame.
Endgame, really?
Yeah, it ties for me, it ties up the big story. And I love where all the characters go, and how that film ends to me is so satisfying.
I mean, I appreciate,
Look, Sean, you mentioned a film that you can have on in the background or whatever. And
really? That one? Really?
I really love that.
See, I would say the first Avengers movie would be,
me too.
For me, at least, would be more of that.
But you're right, and that's a great one too.
Because that's before things got. I mean, yes, Endgame is great, but like to me, they really pulled a hat trick with that first Avengers movie. They really set it up well. Where like they took Thor, they took Iron Man, and they put them all together. Holy shit! And they made it great. Like
but
it's pretty perfect.
I guess my logic is that with Endgame, the stakes are so big.
No, I know.
And what I love too is maybe you guys have seen this where they have filmed audience reactions from one of the big, like the finale of the final battle sequence, where Captain America's there. He puts on his shield, and then you hear Sam coming through at that moment, and then you see Doctor Strange's circle things, and it's such a powerful moment. It's like, oh, finally, you're rooting for these guys through the whole thing, and I love that moment. And then where it goes after that,
I can see
what happens with Tony Stark, and then what happens with Captain America. To me, it's very touching. I love it. So Matt, you just asked, it's something from within the past, well, you say 20, but 10 years or so, but it's like, that's one.
No, that's good. That's it. That's good. I have one that I put it on my list. Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Matt, that's still one I have not seen. It's been on my list for a long time.
Matt,
I know.
I'm sorry.
I see it.
I have not
gotta watch it. I will.
What am I
watched
doing on
that
this
again
show?
and again.
What am I doing?
It is so delightful.
Okay. No, I know. I've heard it's great. I just when I haven't got
Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine are hysterical as Tucker and Dale. The plot is hilarious. Two innocent country bumpkins are mistaken by some college kids for backwoods serial killers, leading the college kids to keep accidentally killing themselves. Can it be a bit absurd? Yes. But it's a comedy.
That, I think, is what a show like this is all about, is introducing stuff that you may have missed.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So bravo that you haven't seen it. Congratulations. You've got something wonderful ahead of you.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm writing this down.
I think I've said this before. The horror, sci-fi, fantasy genres, there are so many different various types of those films. A romantic comedy is kind of a romantic comedy. A war film is kind of a war film. Obviously, there are variations, but then and levels. But like the variety of different types of styles and in the horror films alone,
Sure.
And it's just there's such a variety, and so you're always discovering new stuff. You're always coming upon something you never heard of, or rediscovering something. It's just. I've been devouring this stuff since I was like 6 years old. I'm still not bored with it,
Yeah. Larry R.
Yes.
How about you? 20 years, past 20 years.
I've been struggling a little bit. I think it is outside of your 20-year parameter. But the last movie that really grabbed me and dragged me back to the theater 5 or 6 times was Jurassic Park.
Oh, the first Jurassic Park. Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it was so much.
Those effects still hold up, I think. I think they're still amazing.
Because it's well directed. That's why, because Spielberg knew how to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you think Spielberg's not a hack? Okay. Okay, I suppose. Here's one that hasn't been mentioned, barely sci-fi, but City of Lost Children.
Great movie.
Wow. That's
a great movie.
Really, as a comfort film. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Film for you, really?
Visually.
Okay.
It's
incredible.
I think Ron Perlman's performance is wonderful. I just adore how that opening sequence, the dream sequence where the little kid, Santa Claus, shows up, and then another one, and it shifts from this magical, wonderful to this nightmarish, terrifying. It's maybe 3 or 4 minutes, and it's just brilliantly filmed.
It is.
Yeah,
that's a good film.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a long time. I guess watch that again.
Yeah. Just throwing that one out, going for something a little, or maybe you haven't heard of it.
Oh, fantasy. Yeah.
This is one that I do put on in the background. It's comfort film adjacent, let's just say, but it's something that I can have on and watch and be entertained and not have to worry too much about following what's going on. And that's Mad God.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh, that's within the past,
but, yeah,
what, 5-7 years.
Yeah.
Certainly
It's
nothing
genius.
like
It really
that.
is.
No Fitbit.
That is amazing visual experience.
It is.
Yeah, nightmarish, but yeah, that's good.
James, what about you? Because sometimes we go, "Oh, you're the curmudgeon." Is there anything within the past, let's say 10, 15 years that you could say, "Oh"?
I guess
we'll give you 20.
The 20-year mark, give or take, would be, and I'm not a Zack Snyder fan, but Watchmen, his adaptation of Watchmen.
I love
that is. My wife and I recently watched that again, and that's an engrossing film.
I like it more every time I watch it.
Me too.
I've got some issues with it, but so much was done
me too.
just well enough. It actually comforts me to watch it because it's like, all right, okay, good enough. It didn't fuck it up.
Who is going to do a better Watchmen than that? Seriously. I mean, I really enjoy the 5-hour version.
Yeah.
Or 3-hour, whatever it is.
Yeah.
There's a 5-hour version?
Well, there's I forget
it's not quite 5,
but it's long. It's like 3 hours and something.
I don't think I've seen that.
With the Black Freighter.
Come over to my house. I've got it.
Me too. Yeah,
we're on our way.
Okay. I got to tell you, Watchmen changed my life. Not the film so much. The book. I would not get the store if I hadn't been reintroduced to comic books through Watchmen.
Me too.
And if I could brag for a moment, I own an original page.
Wow.
The art?
The art, yes.
No way.
Nice. And I'll tell you the page. You'll probably recognize it. It's not in the film. Okay. But you remember Rorschach's psychiatrist?
Yes.
Yes.
You remember he goes home and has a dinner party that doesn't go well?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my page.
Oh, nice. Wow. That's great.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Larry.
Now, let me tell you, I was in a comic book store on Ventura Boulevard. Not there anymore.
Okay.
But I went in there. They had some original pages for sale, several Watchmen pages, some early Neil Adams Green Lantern stuff.
Wow.
Anyway, let me tell you what I paid for it.
Okay.
$75.
Oh
no! How did they not know the value of it?
No, it was brand new. Watchmen had just been released in trade paperback.
Right. Okay.
It's funny. I was telling this story to a customer earlier today. I came across not an interview, but a review of Watchmen in Rolling Stone magazine, and I went, "What? Comic books are not just for kids anymore? When did that happen?" So I went and I bought it, and it absolutely floored me.
Yeah, it's great.
I would not own the store I do if Watchmen hadn't reset my life.
Wow,
there you go.
That's awesome. Yeah,
I adore the film. It's not a perfect film. You're right, but
it's pretty amazing.
It's really
good. Yeah,
it's really impressive.
Yeah. Did you guys watch the TV show?
No, I've heard good and bad things, but I also heard that it just ends and doesn't finish. So I don't really.
I was absolutely when I heard they were doing it, I was wholeheartedly. In fact, I did not go to the panel at Comic-Con, even as big a Watchmen fan as I am, because I just thought that is the worst idea ever. And I started hearing good things, and I watched it. It blew me away.
Really?
I think it's really, really good. For one thing, it's a sequel to the comic book, not the movie.
Right.
Oh, okay.
It's got the aftermath of the squid that we don't see in
the film, right?
Yeah.
I loved the last half of that show. And that was one of those shows that I felt like with a lot of shows now, and Sean was mentioning that kind of thing too. And that is that it just takes so long and there's so much of this drawn out preciousness of these scenes that just seems pretentious. But by the time you get to the end of it, I thought it was great. And the fact that you have the Tulsa moment in that is, I mean, it changed the world, really, in many ways. And I've never been, before that, I wasn't the biggest Damon Lindelof fan. But you got to give him that. You got to give him that one.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier, James, you were saying something about Watchmen.
Maybe I may be too much of a purist, but I couldn't embrace it. I did sit through the whole thing. I like Jeremy Irons, that was about it. Otherwise, I couldn't get behind it. But Larry R., do you have any idea what that page is now worth?
Interesting question. Yeah. I was at Comic-Con. Last time I went for 29 years in a row. And I kept saying, oh, I'm done. The last one, I had seriously decided I would not go. And then the store was nominated for an Eisner.
Oh,
so I kind of had to go.
nice.
Had to go.
Sure,
You
of
had
course,
to go.
yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
As it turned out, we didn't have a hope of winning. For one thing, there were 30 nominees.
Well, we know
I
what
have
that's
no
like.
idea who nominated us, but anyway, it was won by a store in Argentina.
Wow.
But anyway,
Great for Argentina. That's great.
bravo.
But
And it sounded
did you tell anyone that? Did you go to people at Comic-Con and go, "Hey, I've got this work of art here. What do you think?"
I went over to somebody who was selling original art. In fact, he had the Brian Boland page where Barbara Gordon gets shot by the Joker.
Oh, wow.
From Killing Joke.
Yeah.
That page he was asking $45,000 for.
Holy shit.
I described my page. He was like, "Oh yeah, I know that page. Like, any idea what that might be worth?" He kind of shrugged and said, "I don't know, maybe 15,000."
Yeah.
Wow.
I see that.
I would say that's a pretty decent return on the investment.
Absolutely.
I will
so.
never ever sell.
Right. Of course.
Larry,
yeah.
I have one question for you. So you got a piece of original artwork.
I do.
Based on a previous guest that we had, where do you hang this piece of artwork?
It's in my bedroom.
Not in the bathroom.
No.
Good.
I
Good.
do have a couple of beautiful pieces in the bathroom.
What? You put artwork in the bathroom?
Larry is strangely against having artwork in the bathroom for some reason.
Well,
yeah, pretty bizarre, but
okay. Here's the reasoning why you would put something in the bathroom. That's where
to look at it.
Yeah, it's a good reason.
Let me answer the question. That's where guests are going to see it.
True. That's right. That's a good reason, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
So the two pieces I have, one is an original Joe Jusko. I might be saying his last name wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Or Jusko. Yeah. He did a card set that was Elseworlds, and it shows Superman as Hercules fighting a dragon for the Golden Fleece.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah, it was the card set never got released. But anyway, that one's pretty cool. And it is next to an original William Stout drawing of the dragon from the Seventh Voyage of Sinbad.
Oh, nice.
Very
we had
cool.
William Stout on our show, actually.
Yeah, great
Did
guy.
you?
Yeah,
I love him.
Great. Yeah.
I bought it at con and picked it up at his house. So I actually got to his house and took my son with me, and yeah.
I bought some cheap original art way back when, and there was a time when I really needed money. and I sold these pieces, and I was sort of on the edge of like my comic book Jones. And I sold them, and I didn't get nearly what they're worth now. Not even remotely. But there was a time too back then when art wasn't going for that much.
True.
Yeah.
Right.
And but those two pieces that I got rid of, I regret. However, since then I have a page from Preacher and and a lot of underground stuff that you guys might not know these people, but I don't know if you've ever heard of Daniel Klaus, 8-Ball. This guy is huge, and I've got the original page I got from Derek that is fantastic. So
he's got a very distinctive art style. I love his.
Yes, he does. And
I don't understand it, but
it's genius. It's his 8-Ball is.
That could be why I don't understand it.
But I wish that I had those other pages that I got rid of. But Larry, I'm sure you're with me on this. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and you can't go back.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Look at it this way: where you were when you needed it, that art served you.
This is true.
Nice.
True.
Nice to.
This is true.
You had it for a period, and right.
And I've got a lot of nice things now.
And
exactly.
And yes, and I have learned a great deal from my good friend Matt. When I've complained or bitched about stuff he says to me, you do have a lot of nice stuff. And I say, you know what, Matt? You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
A lot of nice stuff.
Not a lot, like 5,000 figures, but
quality.
Hey guys, for a TV show, as far as comfort food, I think at least Matt, you'll probably agree with this. When it comes to a show that I go back to over and over, I will never get sick of watching it, and it holds a special place at a special time in my youth, and that would be Kolchak the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
I can watch that any time of the day or night, any point in my life, and it always makes me happy.
That is the first thing that popped into my head when you said TV shows.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. And I was but I was going to go Twilight Zone. I finally had
Twilight Zone too,
Well,
sure.
yeah,
but
of course, yeah.
Twilight Zone, but Twilight Zone is on for longer. Yeah,
but it's something very special.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Also because it's less episodes. And it was this thing that was just existed for a moment. It was just like this.
Yeah.
Like a firework. Like it was a little explosion and then it just went away. And for the longest time, we couldn't even get it on DVD to have it finally. I remember the first time it came out on VHS. Was that Columbia House?
Kolchak, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. You're right. And I don't think I ever got those. I wanted to, but I didn't. And then it came out in DVD. It was okay. And then finally Blu-ray. Yeah. But I think also because that was a show that it was like early 70s. It was Friday night. And I remember Friday nights very well because it was, I think CBS was Kolchak, but I think it was 8 o'clock. I think it was ABC. Maybe it was a Planet of the Apes TV show.
Oh.
And and I think maybe it was $6 Million Man on.
That was ABC.
Yeah, ABC. But I don't know. There's something else on. But I know that there was always Planet of the Apes and then Kolchak at 10 on Friday nights. That was like my night. I mean, my parents would bring us have a candy bar for each of us, and we just sit there. And my sister, who was younger than me, she was either too scared or she wouldn't stay up for Kolchak. So she would go to bed. But Kolchak was what I was waiting for. Like it was a monster of the week. It was McGavin was genius. Just something about that show, man. Everything, the music, the monsters, the guest stars.
Favorite episode?
Maybe Horror in the Heights.
That's exactly the one I was thinking of. Where at the end, I don't trust anybody. Oh, maybe I do trust her.
Miss Emily, right?
Miss Emily. Yeah. Thank you. I couldn't remember
the Rakshasa. The
Rakshasa, yes.
Creature that turned into whoever you trusted. And it was great. It was,
and it's got Phil Silvers.
It's got Phil. I think it was Jimmy Sangster who wrote it too. Who wrote for Hammer Horror stuff. Yeah. But I mean, there's just so fun. The vampire one and
Zombie. The zombie one.
Yeah. That moment in the auto graveyard.
Oh, fantastic.
Putting the salt in the zombie's mouth.
So good.
He's starting to sew it up.
Starts to wake up. The eyes
open.
Oh my God.
So scary.
So good.
So scary.
Good. Yeah. I mean, that show just has a special place in my heart, man. It's just.
That show was made for us at that perfect age.
It really was. It really was. Yeah.
And maybe everything for us back then, they took it away.
I know, yeah. And who knows, maybe if it went for multiple seasons and when it stayed as good, I don't know. But in some ways, it's like a perfect one-season show. But, man.
It certainly wasn't Darren McGavin's fault.
No.
It ran on fumes at the end because everyone stopped believing in it.
Including McGavin. I mean, he was never really completely happy with it. Right. And, so, for a certain generation of monster lovers, that show is the shit.
Larry you mentioned Twilight Zone. Yeah. Outer Limits for me because Outer Limits was scary.
Yeah.
Really
that one
scary.
Was a little too scary for me when it was on. Now I've got them all on DVD and
I've got 6 episodes on 16 millimeter. That's how much I miss.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Okay. Somebody's a real fan.
I should bring it into the store.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite episodes
of Outer Limits.
Zanty Misfits.
Zanty Misfits. The
right up there.
Finger.
Six Fingers Man.
Six fingers.
No. I'm thinking of Princess Bride.
No, the sixth finger because it has that great line. Your ignorance makes me ill and angry. Yeah. Not only do I use that
was a little
phrase,
Jonathan Harris.
Okay. Well, you know what I was trying to do. I not only do I still use it, but I actually gave it to my daughter. My daughter picked it up, and she's actually used it too.
It's so good.
And
I like
Matt,
that one, and I like Nightmare with the
Yeah.
alien prison camp.
yeah.
Okay.
Young
With Martin Sheen.
Is that the one with
one's
the
so
sand dragon?
The
It's
one-
a sand dragon. It's a dragon that swims through the sand.
Yeah,
Or do I have that
one.
mixed with a
No,
different?
that's let's go. I forget what it's called, but
that's second
that was a
season.
good one.
Yeah.
And like you said, Demon with the Glass hand.
Demon with the Glass Hand, of
Classic.
course.
Classic.
And Soldier, which is the other
Soldier.
Harlan Ellison episode.
Okay.
And there's one that I really love because of the atmosphere of it. The story's great too, but it's called A Feasibility Study.
Oh, yes.
And it's the one where these aliens called luminoids take a couple blocks out of Earth and they put it on this alien planet, and they're going to use all the humans. It's a test to see if this alien race who suffer from this horrible skin disease can use human beings as slaves.
Right.
And so the aliens look cool and horrifying. And then just the idea that you're walking down your street that you think is your street, and it's so familiar. And then you get to the edge and there's this cloud, and you go through the cloud and these things start coming out of the cloud. And I mean, come on. And then a really great ending.
Really amazing, powerful ending.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there's so many. The Bolero Shield. What's the one? The haunted house where the weird globular creatures in the house.
Yes,
Really?
I know.
I mean,
yeah.
Called out of the woodwork.
No, the one Sean's talking about is The Guest.
You know what, Larry? It's funny. We had David J. Scow on our show to do like
the
Outer
Outer
Limits
expert.
Twilight Zone comparison. And David knew Leslie Stevens really well. And Leslie Stevens was my instructor at AFI.
Wow.
And it was so cool to hear about all the behind the scenes stuff of Outer Limits. You had incredibly talented cinematographers, Conrad Hall, for example, Academy Award winner.
Yeah.
You had great writers, and I would say for someone who isn't thinking about checking it out because it's in black and white, it's beautiful black and white,
absolutely,
and
gorgeous
with the music and just the way it's shot. Like Matt said, it's creepy, it's scary. It's Outer Limits is wonderful. If anyone can check it out.
Each episode looks like it was filmed to be a theatrical release. Like it's that good.
Yeah. A mini movie. Yeah. That's a good one.
Oh gosh. A lot of them I don't know the titles, but there was one that really resonated, or I remembered it well. There's a little girl and she's riding her tricycle, and somehow or other her parents end up in some alternate time dimension thing where they can see she's about to get hit by a truck.
The premonition.
Oh yeah.
The girl is frozen in time. And they
think it's a later season one. Yeah.
Yeah. But they have to make it back and get to where the girl is to stop the truck from hitting her.
Yeah.
There was one with Eddie Albert where the tumbleweeds are
tumbleweeds, right?
Okay, now that's one I do take issue with, because I remember watching it go, it's freaking tumbleweeds. I mean, how difficult was that?
Yeah.
The
it's
budget
not the best one, but
the budget had been blown on some fancy monsters and a few other episodes.
Right.
Like, well, we only have a few bucks.
Tumbleweeds.
Tumbleweeds.
I want an action figure of that tumbleweed.
I will say this, Larry.
I will make you one.
If you've ever driven down the 5 freeway when you're leaving Los Angeles, you're driving up to San Jose, and when it gets really windy and it's dark and the tumbleweeds get ripped off and they start rolling across the freeway as you're driving down 70, 80 miles an hour, it is pretty scary. And I've commented to a friend of mine, oh my God, this is like Outer Limits. So,
Larry R., you mentioned Eddie Albert. Just different track. Now you automatically made me think of another film that I think is totally comfort food to me.
Let me guess. Dreamscape?
No, but that's a good. That is a
choice.
Okay. Go with yours.
But that's The Devil's Rain.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Devil's Rain is so entertaining.
But that's a comfort film for you,
Oh my
Sean?
gosh, yes. You got
Devil's Rain?
Shatner,
Devil's
Tom
Rain.
Skerritt, Ernest Borgnine. I mean,
I
it's
know,
fantastic. That movie is so entertaining, and it's got everything. It's got melting people for 20 minutes. It's got a goat, Ernest Borgnine. I mean, it's got everything. A satanic book. I mean, it's so fun. It's full. It's actually well made too. It never lets up. It's never boring.
Hey, Sean.
Talking about Shatner, did you hear he had to close down his lingerie line?
What?
Yeah, apparently Shatner Panties wasn't the greatest name for a company.
Oh.
That's like a James GONIS joke.
It's like a James
GONIS.
Hey,
sorry
Sean,
about that.
Sean,
you can edit that out.
no, we won't. Hey, Sean, as a double feature for that one, I've got Horror Hotel.
Oh, yes. God, that's a good film. John Llewellyn Moxley, I think, directed it. 60s. Talk about beautiful black and white.
Yeah.
That's great.
And here's the one I think that you thought that I was going to say. Race with the Devil, right?
Yes, yeah. Race with the Devil is also...
You always go to Race with the Devil.
I love Race with the Devil. That is comfort food, yes.
It's lean, mean, no nonsense, action horror.
For listeners, if you're not familiar with it, Matt brings this up every once in a while, and I had never seen it. I said, I got to see what all the fuss is about. And Matt, you bring up some really good points. There is some really chilling stuff in that film.
Yes.
And it's not, it's not a big effects movie.
No,
but it's just really unsettling.
Tension. Good tension.
Man. That's right.
And action.
James, it wouldn't be good for you. It wouldn't.
Loretta Swit.
Lara Parker, right?
Peter Fonda.
Warren Oates. Yeah.
Warren Oates.
Fonda, yeah.
R.G. Armstrong, I think is in it, right? Yeah.
And if you're wondering what it's about, well, Matt, do you want to just give a little synopsis?
Sure. It's 1975, and Warren Oates and Peter Fonda with their wives, Loretta Swit and Lara Parker, are on vacation. Fonda and Oates ride motorcycles, so they have their motorcycles with them. They're in a camper, and they park somewhere, and they're having a little meal, and they're just, they're on vacation. And they see something across this lake, and they see what looks like some sort of ritual happening, and it's this devil worshiping ritual. And at first they're like, a bunch of hippies. But as the thing progresses, there's a human sacrifice, and the wives come out, and somebody, I think it's Lara Parker, who goes, ah! And all the Satan worshipers notice this. They hear her, and they turn, and they realize someone has seen their human sacrifice. So, of course, they all get in their camper and hightail it out of there. But the rest of the movie is these Satan worshipers chasing them. And it's fabulous. And you've got car chases, and you've got, there's a race, and there's motorcycles, and there's cars, and all kinds of that stuff. But then there are also these really subtle moments where you think they're safe, and they've met some people at a bar, and everything's going well, and they're at some country western bar, and it seems like everything's they're at a swimming pool, they're at a little rest stop kind of thing, and everything's fine. And then they notice everyone's looking at them in a weird way, and it's chilling, and it's a good time, and it's lean and mean from the beginning to the end. It never lets up.
Yeah.
If I learned anything from watching that movie, it's if you see a human sacrifice from a distance, don't make any sounds. Just be quiet.
Exactly right. Yeah, just move along.
Move along.
And don't go to the authorities.
No.
No.
Right.
No. You never know who's going to be all in on it. That's right.
They'll never believe us anyway. Okay, let's go on with the vacation. Six Flags.
That's the way to go.
Well, guys, this has been a lot of fun.
This has been awesome.
Yes.
All these comfort films. But what do you say we do a lightning round? Just throw out a bunch of things you like to watch. It makes you feel comfortable. Larry, why don't you give us a few?
Okay, let's see. In no particular order, how about Westworld?
Perfect.
Good one.
Perfect.
Good one.
Yeah.
12
Always
Monkeys?
good.
As a comfort?
Which one?
12 Monkeys.
Really?
Oh my God.
I do like the movie.
Brad Pitt's performance, he was robbed. He should have been. It's genius. And I love 12 Monkeys. Moon, Source Code.
Ooh, Moon's really good.
Fathoms, and Logan's Run. And Dark
That's on my
Logan's
list.
Run.
Logan's Run's on my list too. Yeah.
Andromeda Strain. Did anybody say on that?
Oh, that's a great one too.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's a really good comfort one.
Did you see Beast from 20,000 Fathoms though?
You gotta have my Ray in there.
I know, but it's for comfort. I mean, it's so sad seeing the Beast at the end, and it's like,
oh, really? So because of that, Larry, it's not your comfort.
Why do you
one?
judge other people's choices?
I do love it. I do love it, but as far it's like I'm like, oh, he's dying. Oh,
true. Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Have you ever read The Foghorn? The Ray Bradbury?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Same
If
thing
you want to have
though.
your heart pulled out, that's sad.
I know.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know. Okay.
You ever heard Ray's story of how the idea for the short story came to him?
Yes.
Okay.
But why don't you let us know?
No. Anybody not?
Yes.
No.
Moving along.
Ray and his wife were walking on the beach, and they saw the remains of a broken down roller coaster. And Ray said it looked like a skeleton of a dinosaur. And he asked his wife, "What is that dinosaur skeleton doing out here on the beach?" and that was the spark that led to the story, which I highly recommend.
He wrote it that night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
James?
Well, we briefly mentioned Godzilla before, and just about any tokusatsu from Japan is comforting me. The Godzilla series seems to require maybe a little bit more attention, but like the old Showa Gamera series, not so much. I find that a little bit more, you can sit back, take an edible, and just laugh at it. And especially like if you're watching tokusatsu, like some of those old obscure 70s Japanese superhero shows with the absurd costumes, it's wonderful. I mean, I could watch that stuff for hours. And then finally, some musicals. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
Yes.
And Robert Altman's Popeye, which I know wasn't necessarily a successful film, but I could rewatch that and it fits like a glove. I appreciate enough about it that I can watch it, especially the Nilsson songs and Robin Williams and Shelley Duvall. And then finally, the South Park musical, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. I was South Park fan, and I think that movie's kind of a miracle, and I never get tired of watching it over and over. So there you go.
Nice. It's interesting. Popeye as a choice, James, because I do appreciate that movie. It's there's no movie like that anywhere. Like it's such a bizarre movie, but I kind of enjoy it. It certainly creates a world that you're immersed in.
Yeah. I might not have been as appreciative of it the first time I saw it. Like Blade Runner, it's like, well, what do I make of this? But then the more often I see it, the more yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Well, I was going to say there were times when after my daughter had gotten out of school and she was feeling a little down, she would say, "Hey, Dad, can we watch The Lord of the Rings?" And so we actually took a whole day where we sat and watched the Fellowship of the Ring, the Two Towers.
Wow.
I mean, it's like
just one day.
And we had the best time. It was like one of these days where it was really rainy in Los Angeles. It was, she was out of school and she was a little down, and we sat and we, did popcorn and stuff, and we watched all three films.
Nice.
It felt so great. And those are films that I could have on in the background. They're so beautiful. They're so brilliant. So well done. I love having those on in the background.
Nice.
So those are great comfort films for me.
Yep.
Director's cuts, like James was asking?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Wow, nice. Hardcore.
All right. Next time I'm on, I'll brag to you about my trip to New Zealand.
Oh, okay. Gotta do that.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for me, I'd say a few that throw out here. The original Superman film, Richard Donner.
Mm-hmm.
The green slime. Never get tired. Never watching that.
Great.
Forbidden Planet.
Mm-hmm.
Great comfort film.
Yeah.
I'd say The House on Haunted Hill. My favorite Vincent Price Castle films. And I'd like to mention a trio of sci-fi films that I know are total comfort films for my wife, Gina. And also for me, that would be Flash Gordon, The Last Starfighter, and Galaxy Quest.
Oh,
It's
All
all three.
right,
I do
yeah.
too.
fun evening.
Yeah, total
Yeah.
comfort.
Fun evening. Great film.
Wow.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
All right, Matt, give us yours.
Okay, well, this is one that I watch all the time. You guys know how much I love this film, and I watch it maybe 3 or 4 times a year. The Ghost in Mr. Chicken.
Yes,
1966.
for sure.
Don Knotts classic, fantastic, one of the best horror comedies of all time. And then I think we all agree that wouldn't Alien and Aliens also be comfort food?
Yes.
Each film hits a different spot. You've got Alien with the gothic horror feel to it, and then you've got Aliens, which is this action-packed extravaganza with this family dynamic in it with Ripley and Newt. And I would also be remiss if I didn't mention Star Trek Deep Space Nine. And every once in a while, I'll just go through the whole series once again. Now, my next choice is big time comfort food. This is a series of films that Shawn Sheridan turned me on to, and it's the Yokai Monsters trilogy.
Yes.
Produced by Daiei Film, and it's a lot of Shinto ghosts and creatures. And plot-wise, they're kind of like the Daimajin movies, which is also a comfort food for me, but it's usually there's some sort of bad person doing something to the innocent villagers of a town, and then the yokai monsters come and they get the revenge for the town. And I describe these films as it's a cross between H.R. Pufnstuf and The Exorcist. Fantastic. Yes. And in the realm of Godzilla, I know there's some controversy about this, but I love Shin Godzilla. I watch it again and again and again. I find it funny. I find it scary. I just love it. And something that's not a Godzilla movie, but I know that we all love this movie, The War of the Gargantuas.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah. Yes.
Who doesn't love
yes.
that?
One of the greatest kaiju films ever made.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm going to round this out with maybe something that, again, Larry would go, what? That's your comfort food? Yes. David Cronenberg's The Brood.
What?
Nice.
That's your comfort food?
Yep. Anytime you've got
Brood.
killer mutant children who are the manifestations of a woman's rage, I've got the warm and fuzzies.
Fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. To each his own, I guess.
That's just about
Okay.
any Cronenberg. I'm in a comfort zone.
See, I'm not alone here.
I'm
There
a
you
little
go.
hit and miss with Cronenberg. Some of it I
Really?
absolutely adore. Others not as much. But
I love most of the stuff I love, to be honest.
Well, look, he does great work. But comfort food? I don't know.
Hey, whatever. it is.
Scanners, I love Scanners.
Scanners is great.
Whatever.
You're sick.
Naked Lunch is up there with my comfort food.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Okay. You mentioned Alien and Aliens.
Yes.
I 100% agree. So much so that my oldest son is named Dallas. After,
Wow.
No way.
No.
Jared.
Oh, wow.
It doesn't end well for that Dallas, but I dug the name and I sure as hell did.
Was it originally going to be Xenomorph, but you decided to go with Dallas instead? Hey, Zeno, get over here.
I knew I couldn't call him Ripley.
Ash.
So
He'd be made fun of every time he drinks milk.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Bishop, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Well,
Our cat is named Ripley, so
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. I have a customer that comes in regularly who's got a daughter named Ripley.
Really?
Nice. That's cool.
one of the strongest, not just female characters, but characters of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, her and Linda Hamilton from the Terminator.
Yeah.
The character arc between the two, T1 and T2, I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Really
absolutely.
becomes a powerful power. She's such a milquetoast waitress, happy-go-lucky at the first, and by the end,
It's a good transformation. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really well done. And it makes sense,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a lot of fun.
Been awesome.
Larry, thank you so much
Fantastic.
for being with us.
Good to hang with you,
tonight.
Larry.
You kidding, guys? Can I join the club?
Yeah, no, you're a great guest.
Yes.
You're a great guest, and we'll have you on again.
Yeah, we
absolutely.
can have you back for sure.
I would love it.
Well, see, the thing is, Larry, you know so much. You have so
You're one
much
of us.
history.
Yes.
Yeah, you are essentially one of us.
Well, when I don't know, I keep my mouth shut.
But you see, what if I've learned anything from Matt Weinhold? It's like, look, sometimes if I'm wrong, I can learn something, and I appreciate that. So
Likewise.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But Larry, you've been such a terrific guest. Can you tell us, is there anything that's going on that you could tell our listeners about?
Store events.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I got a pretty cool store you might want to check out. And we do have horror trivia on the third Thursday of each month.
Nice.
And stand-up comedy on the second Friday of each month. Sometimes it'll bounce around a little bit, but we have a calendar in the front door. Both events are free. The stand-up is hosted by Jeff May.
Jeff.
You know him. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I love him. I love that guy.
Awesome
We're good
guy.
friends.
Okay. So it's not just me getting up there telling knock-knock jokes. They're actually good comics.
Nice.
Dana Gould has done the show several times.
Nice.
Jackie Cashian, she's another.
Jackie Cation,
Awesome.
yeah, we love her.
We've had her on the show too. Yeah.
Yeah, I keep
She's a
hoping
good
that
friend.
Maria Bamford will show up one day, but so far no.
Okay.
Anyway, so that's a terrific show. And if you would like to just come and watch the horror trivia, you will be challenged. I guarantee you will
Cool.
be
I gotta
challenged.
check it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
Blast from the Past is a great store. You've got vintage stuff. You've got new stuff. You have comics. You have cards, statues. You have so much great stuff. The building you can't miss. It's got a beautiful mural on it.
Yes. And Larry, I want to say too, like, especially just nowadays with buying things on eBay, etc. I mean, just to have a brick and mortar store that specializes in all the stuff that we love is really cool. I mean, there's not too many, even in LA, there's not really a ton of stores like yours around anymore. And you are, you're holding the mantle, and it's a great meeting place for like-minded fans, and it's great.
yeah, we do try and keep the torch burning.
Yeah. Yeah.
So by all means, stop by, leave a good Yelp review.
Yeah.
I got a bad one the other day. A guy came by and apparently I wasn't as patient with him as I needed to be. So
Larry, it happens.
Yes, it does.
We do the best we can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
If I could, in my defense, my wife recently had surgery, so I've been running the store 100% by myself.
Oh, wow.
For the last 6 weeks, she had back surgery, and anyway.
The cool thing, Larry, is you not only have this store in Burbank, but you're going to be at Monster Palooza coming up in May, the end of May.
I live for Palooza.
As we do.
Yeah.
Elliot came by, gosh, it's got to be going on 15 years ago now. And he was like, I'm going to have this show, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, I don't do shows. He's like, no, I need you there. And he finally talked me into it. Oh, my goodness. I have never missed one.
Yeah, they're great. Really are.
Tons of fun.
Palooza and Son of Monster Palooza. And we do real well at those shows.
Yeah. We always come by to see you. They're great.
Love meeting people. Yeah.
And give us the address of the store one more time.
We are at 3117 West Magnolia, right in Burbank.
There's parking. You have parking.
You have a parking
We have our own
lot.
parking
You have
lot.
a parking lot,
Yeah, next to Pinocchio's Deli,
which is a great deli.
which is terrific. Yeah.
Delicious.
And
All
their gelato is to die for.
All right, make it a whole day. Get some food
yeah.
and buy some cool stuff.
Get some gelato, come over, sit down, watch a movie, and try not to get the gelato on my stuff.
Well, Larry, thanks
right.
again for being with us. We really appreciate it. Guys, what do you say we raise our glasses and give a toast to Monster Party's genre comfort food? Yeah. Woo.
Time for a listener shout out.
Shout out.
Comforting shout outs.
Oh, this shout out is so soft.
Matt, take it away.
Well, this is a shout out that we could do every episode, but I need to do a huge shout out to our webmaster, our friend, my sister-in-law, Stephanie Morgan.
Stephanie
Yes.
Morgan.
Oh,
No,
Stephanie. Stephanie has done such an amazing job in helping us with our online presence and social media, but she has been integral in helping us launch what just launched a few days ago, our website.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
We now have a website. It's a one-stop shop for you to go. You can find our past episodes. You can find links to merch, to our DVDs where we've done commentary.
That's right.
And we've got a little place for blogs, and we're working on those.
Film
and
reviews, bios of us, Patreon access, show notes.
it's great. I mean, and so it's one of those things that we're building. But right now, there are a couple things from Sean and I. And Larry, did you put something up?
Not yet. I've been working on a Patreon thing.
Yeah. Okay. But
Yeah, no, there's no judgment here. There's no hey, I'm not judging.
There's judging. I'm going to have something.
There's no judging. You said you were going to put some pictures or something up.
Some people struggle to be creative. I can't be like you and Sean. I mean, hey, I'm creative.
Hey, look at me, Mr. Creative
in a moment.
Yeah, the guy who made a stop motion animation epic can't be creative.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, I'm just looking forward to what you're going to put up. So
it's a growing website. It's its infancy, but like already there's tons of stuff on there. I mean, really.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yes.
Okay.
Stephanie has done so much.
Yes, and making it happen.
We are indebted to her. She's brought us
forever
into 2026, and I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Yes,
Stephanie.
we are all very grateful.
Shout
and
out to you.
Yes, a big shout out, and we have to take her to, the restaurant of her choice, and let's have a shindig in her honor.
That's right. And, on this website that we have, you can get all our merch. You can get all our merch from our new TeePublic site. This is where we can get all these cool Monster Party inspired designs. We take classic vintage images and art and give it a Monster Party spin. We got all kinds of cool stuff. And as an extra shout out, I want to give it a shout out to my wife, Gina, because Gina has been integral in creating these designs and making this the Monster Party stamp on all this stuff. It's really amazing. We got all kinds of ghouls and monsters and cool artwork. We got a terrifying Lepus design on there. We got Whit Bissell. We got Gina Agater. We got us as monsters. I mean, I'm telling you, it's everything you want in like a visual feast of Monster Party type stuff. And Gina has been very helpful in making all that happen.
Thank you, Gina. Thank you so much for all the work that you've done. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Gina.
And to make sure everyone has the correct URL to find our website, it is monsterpartyhq.com. And to find our TeePublic store, it's teepublic.com/user/Monster Party Podcast. And as listeners already very well know, we have an eBay store as well.
We do.
And it is called, you guessed it, Monster Party Store on eBay, where you can find the legendary Monster Party baseball cap, the Monster Party shot glass, Monster Party t-shirts, Monster Party PPE cloth masks. And if you buy merch from our eBay store and also happen to be a Patreon member, we will throw in free surprise goodies, courtesy of our good friends, Jason Lindsay at Biff Bang Pow Toys and foam fabber extraordinaire, Ted Haynes.
Two men who are my visual comfort food when I stare into their homes with my binoculars.
I've been in this comfort zone, and I've frankly been sort of drifting among comfort clouds, basking in all these shows and movies. And I got to say, I've completely lost touch with what this Patreon thing is all about. Can you please refresh my memory?
It's because you're too comfortable. But okay. Well, much like a film or a good rub-down can provide comfort during these trying times, Patreon provides comfort by oiling you up and massaging your need for Monster Party bonus content. And with Monster Party, there's always a happy ending. But what kind of bonus content do we provide? Well, we're talking exclusive audio episodes, our special shows like Monster Party Masterpieces, Monster Party on the Road, and our popular Toy Time series. We also have our behind-the-scenes convention footage, our legendary Japan trip video diary, and vintage horror and sci-fi fiction edited by our resident Lyscarian, John Bordeaux, and more.
Well, Matt, that sounds fantastic. But I got to say, after this episode, I'm about to drop a lot of money on some DVDs, not to mention T-shirts when I go on the TeePublic site. So I don't know if I can afford this bounty. How much does it cost?
Okay, so for the price you would pay for James Gonis to comfort you during a surprise screening of Working Girl, you could become a Monster Party patron. And that price is $5. $5 a month.
Wow, you can't get a fantasy Comic-Con exclusive glow-in-the-dark green slime tote bag for that price.
Make it happen. Do it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I am very comfortable with that. How do I sign up?
Well, all you have to do is you go to patreon.com, you go to Monster Party, you click join, you follow the instructions, and next thing you know, you'll be as happy as Shawn Sheridan always is.
And let's remind our listeners that we are on social media. You can find us on Facebook at Monster Party TV, YouTube at Monster Party TV, Instagram, Twitter, which is now X, and Blue Sky at Monster Party HQ. And hey, wherever you're listening to us, please take a moment and write a review. We would love to hear your thoughts, and we will read it on the air.
And we won't just read your review. We'll shred it and use it to fill our comforter. And yes, like the Three Stooges, we all sleep together.
Boys, guy.
On that note, I am Matt Weinhold.
I'm SHAWN SHERIDAN.
I'm Larry Stroth.
And I'm James Gonis.
Keep America strong.
And comfort yourself with your favorite genre, films, and TV.
Stand by for action.
So how's James's audio?
Testing.
Yeah,
Sounds
I think
seems better than when it was when you
but you might want to get closer. I know you like to lean back so you're almost in another room.
Get a little bit closer.
But try to get a little closer to the mic.
Let's hear you now.
Hey guys, how's it going?
That's better.
Wow.
That's better.
Dr. Tongue's 3D House of Zoom.
Let me hear yours, Larry.
Hey now, how are you? Everybody ready for another episode of Monster Party?
I think I like it.
Party.
I think I like it.
Well, I mean, I can turn it, I can do other things.
Maybe a little bit up. Maybe, I don't know. It's pretty good.
Just the volume
little knob.
the
Little knob. How's that? Is that a little better? Hey there.
I think so.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm okay, Matt. Does that sound okay? Testing.
Yeah.
Fin Fang Foom. ABC 1 2 3.
I carried the married character over the barrier.
Ooh, that's
Remember those?
I do. Well, yeah, I remember.
Green glass grass gleams. Green glass grass gleams. Green glass grass gleams.
See,
Wow.
someone's been practicing. I can tell.
You know New York, you need New York. You know you need unique New York. You know New York, you need New York. You know you need unique New York.
Tagu Siam. Tagu Siam. What a goose I am.
Oh, what an ass I am.
Is it?
No.
was a goose.
What a goose. The ass was the. Remember,
That's the original one.
You make an ass.
No. The way I learned that one is it's what an ass am I.
Oh, okay.
What's goose? Well, how does that
obviously for TV they had to do it goose.
Well,
yeah.
I remember that.
Yet made an ass out of you and me got on the air.
I know, which is surprising.
It was at summer camp. I learned that.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, what?
The things we learned at summer camp.
Yeah, I could tell you stories about summer camp. I really could.
Hey, we got
Say
some
that
time.
for a summer camp episode.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes. Give us a juicy one. Okay, you're canoeing, and there she is on the shore.
You know what I noticed?
Did you push that boy Jason in the water?
I know. I never pushed kids. I was a good kid.
No, you weren't. Larry, let's
like
clear this up. You were not a good kid. You were a bully who made people feel bad about their collections.
That only happened later on.
Oh, okay.
After you matured.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. That was when you would swindle kids out of their collections.
Yes.
Really? You want that? I don't know. Well, look. You know what's really cool right now is the Holly Hobby series.
No, kids preferred to have a few bucks or a few dimes or quarters, and they felt like they played with that item enough. I did, you
made the decision.
You felt that they played with it enough.
I do feel
bad. Big brother.
My younger brother told me that. Remember the Micronauts, the Baron Karza figure?
That's my favorite figure.
Okay,
yeah.
There was a white figure, and I think he was a Force Commander, I think his name was, and he was all white. And apparently, my younger brother says I would tease him or make fun of that figure because I said it looks like an ice cream man. Why would you want that? And I made him feel bad about it that he let me buy it off him.
Who are these brothers that were so tough in other ways, and yet somehow what you said affected their feelings? How did that happen?
No, that was a younger brother. It was the older brothers that were mean.
And he actually bought it for cash. Like you did.
I got to remind you. Speaking of this, I have to remind you of a quick story here.
Okay.
So when Larry and I were doing the Japanese television show that was promoting the first legendary Godzilla movie,
right?
So we're on there, and they're interviewing us, and they came to our houses separately and they talked to us and they got some B-roll and everything. But then when we're doing the show together, they're asking me how many figures I have. And I say about 5,000. And they made it into a little sign that I still have. Matt has 5,000 figures. So because I have a lot of figures and not all of them are great. I mean, a lot of them are little Gashapon figures. It just adds up. That's all.
Yeah.
Right. And I go, I mean, 5,000. And they turn to Larry and they go, Larry, how many do you have? And Larry says, I have less than that, but they're quality. Now, I had never said anything bad about his collection at all. In fact, if he had gone back to me, I would have gone, yeah, he's got great stuff. But no, he had to go, I got less, but the stuff that I like. I like the tin robots. No, he had to say, but mine are quality.
It is true, guys. I did say that.
I remember going, wow, on Japanese television. He's toy shaming
television, Matt. Who's going to watch it? Really?
He's toy shaming me across the fucking Pacific.
Did it make the edit?
That I don't know. We got to go back and watch that
copy. We have a copy of it.
We should watch that together. That would be fun.
Yeah.
But I remember that. I remember going, wow. Okay.
Okay. You know what, Matt? I want to take this moment because you brought it up. No, you brought it up, and I want you to know that I apologize. I'm sorry about.
I accept your apology.
And I was intimidated by your massive collection of 5,000 figures.
But they're all junk, Larry. Everything you have is fucking top of the line.
Matt, I
made half of mine out of pipe cleaners.
It made for great television.
It's true. And ripping my pants. Remember that?
Look. And you ripped your pants.
Yeah, right. My pants.
How can I top that?
I think that happened later. I think that happened later. And Larry, I remember. So it's this thing where you have to run for a buzzer, and I don't know.
It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Couldn't run because he has a cane.
He has a cane.
This was a great idea.
Right. Anyway, but so I run, and this was of course the day when I'm on Japanese television for my pants to let out. It never happened before. Right. I run, the pants go totally up the back, right down the ass crack.
Yes.
And for a split second, I'm like, okay, what do I do? I got to cover this up, and I went, there's no covering this up.
No.
Yeah, right.
Give them a gift.
Right.
Give them the gift of your ripped pants. And I said, hey, everybody, I ripped my pants. And they were like, oh, and they came in with the cameras and close-ups on the rip.
They did close-ups.
And it made their day. So,
here's the thing about that. You owned it. And the great thing is, Matt, if you didn't say anything, honestly, if you didn't say anything and kept your legs close together or whatever, they're not shooting, down below the belt.
Yeah.
So they probably would have missed it. And someone might have said, "Hey, did it look like he?" But
yes,
you just
right. And they would have been embarrassed to point it out.
Yeah.
Right.
But you made it into something. And first of all, what I remember
that
is
made it. I know that
it was such a funny, wonderful, happy thing, and you were great with it. You were, in my mind, I'm like, oh man, I couldn't do that. I would like run out the door crying or something.
Shit happens.
But I want to tell you that I respect you, and
don't suck up to me now.
No. Why are you?
I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding.
And I was so happy to be a part of that thing.
Yeah,
and it was a lot of fun. And we met some lovely people, that we still know today.
Yes,
We met John Fasano, who he has since passed away, but we brought him on the show.
Yeah. He was great. He was great.
That was a great episode because I learned something from him.
Yeah, that's true.
I always, I'd always hated Godzilla's Revenge. Always hated it. I always thought, oh, it's cheap, but he gave me a different way of looking at it. And when you heard his story, it's made
uplifting. Yes.
Yeah. And actually I look at it with a different eye now.
But speaking of uplifting, our guest is here. Hey, Larry.
Hey.
Oh my God, we can hear you. We can see you. This is going very well.
Okay. Well, excellent.
And you recline just like our own James Gonis.
Oh, okay. Well, that works.
You're in good company.
Most excellent. I grabbed a look at suggested films online to kind of go, yeah, or nah.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Larry, you don't need to look up anything because know. There are those certain things that you feel like if you're down or low, and I need something uplifting. I need some more comfort feeling. I'm going to go with this.
Absolutely. And I expect several times during this conversation tonight to go, holy shit, yeah, that one. I forgot about that one.
Right.
Yeah, no, we're all going to do that. Yeah.
But we might go, no, that's wrong. That's not a good one to bring.
You might hear a lot of, well, how can it be no when it's someone else's comfort food?
Yeah, exactly.
Because
subjective.
Okay, it's very simple. Have you ever had Vegemite?
Okay. But what if
I have not.
But what if it's your comfort food?
Well, there are those on this planet who think that stuff's the bomb.
My brother-in-law.
Okay.
He's got it in his pantry right now.
The
pantry is not code, by the way.
And while that one of the great things about this country is you're allowed to be wrong.
Thank you. Listening to this, Larry?
I am.
Sorry. This is going to be difficult because there's two Larrys.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm talking to our Larry, and then you think I'm talking to you, and vice versa.
Well,
so I'm going to call you. Larry R.
Larry R. works. Yeah.
You can call him Larry. You can call me Lawrence if you'd like.
I'm never.
But everybody knows you as Larry, so yeah.
No, let's.
Larry R. Okay.
All
right.
Larry R. That sounds good.
We'll go with it, and I think
I'll fix it in post. Hilarity is very nice. See, you're fitting in already. James, take notes.
Well, for what it's worth, last name is Ross, so you can go hi Larry Ross or hilarious because I'm so fucking funny.
Wow!
Oh my God. Have you been taking classes from our Larry?
Oh, I don't know.
No. Yeah, But Larry, I do want to.
Started.
No.
This is just like banter that we sometimes put at the end.
Oh yeah, and also Larry, if you don't mind, we usually like to put a little bit of this stuff at the end of our episode as like a little bonus. And you're fine with that, right? This is all good fun.
Hey, use whatever. So
very good.
So this part's being recorded. And you put this at the end to to get people to stay and go, oh, what else did they say?
Oh,
exactly.
Oh, and then they get to the end of that and they go, wow, why did I stay for that?
I know. It happens every time.
Cannonball Run.
Right.
Yeah. It's our Cannonball Run approach.
Are you going to be at Monster Palooza this year?
I have yet to miss a Monster Palooza.
Oh, cool.
That's
one of them.
because we will be there in Pasadena, so we'd love to have you plug that as well.
Yeah,
for sure.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What it's probably Saturday? Is that the day for the
we're there the whole time.
We're the whole time.
Because we have our own booth.
You got your own booth and all
We're
that?
in the we're right behind the museum in the plush carpeted area.
Oh.
Yeah. Very nice.
Pretty good spot, actually.
Very popular. Very exclusive. Very exclusive.
Okay. I'm about as far from you as can be. I am clear at the other end.
Yeah.
I'm
okay.
And between creature and mutant aisles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're with the where the movers and the shakers are. The people who got that product that's gotta go. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Times Square over there.
Okay. One of the ways you can find my booth, there are these great big concrete pillars in the big room.
Oh yeah.
One of them is in my booth.
Oh, okay.
All right.
No.
Ooh.
You got the pillar?
I've got a pillar, yeah.
You guys.
Which don't tell anybody. It's got a plug in it, so I can.
Nice.
Wow, this gets dirtier and dirtier.
Yeah.
And also, in the event of an earthquake, you are covered.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that, but
yeah,
correct. I am.
Do you get a discount because that pillar essentially is like, digging into your space a little bit?
Actually, we do. He
nice.
That's nice.
Oh, cool.
How come we didn't get a pillar?
Because Matt, we don't want a pillar.
I want two pillars.
We want a pillar.
Well, here's the issue. Exactly.
Oh my God.
Where in my booth changes every damn year.
Oh, really? Because people shift a little bit.
Well, I don't know exactly what it is. When they lay down the tape, it just doesn't stay in the same spot.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's dead center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's in the back corner, which is preferable.
Yeah.
Right.
They change those aisles just a little bit.
It's weird.
In time. So my wife, who's an engineer, basically when we first got it, she basically built this little, almost like an architect. This is what the booth will look like. And we get there, and the pillar's in the wrong spot. So she panics, and I just go, okay, well, we've got to. I'm fine just figuring it out, reworking it.
Sure, right.
It's like Lincoln Logs or Legos. You just work out a different situation. You'd have thought that there had been an earthquake. The way
well, there are some people who are. It knocks them off kilter when the plan isn't followed exactly.
Yep. And we fill one another's gaps.
Right. That's good. Exactly. Right. Perfect. Yeah. That's any good relationship should be that way, where you fill in each other's gaps.
Yeah, that's how Rocky put it.
Yeah,
well, I got gaps, Larry, it's funny.
Gaps. We fill gaps.
As Dana Gould said when he was officiating my wedding, he said, "A lid for every pot."
I absolutely love Dana Gould.
Yeah, he's the best.
Oh man, he came in
one of my oldest friends.
He came in your store
years ago.
Did he go, I would like some Planet of the Apes things?
Okay, now is that a Dana Gould impression?
Wow.
You know how he does that thing? He goes,
wow. You know what you are? You are mystery Rich Little.
Let's just say. Come on.
I don't know who that is. Wow. This is a game show. Guess Larry's impression. Win big money.
Okay, we should get started.
No, we should start. Let's start. Let's start right now.
I recognized him from this is back in the day when Rosie O'Donnell was doing the stand-up spotlight on VH1.
Oh yes, I remember it well.
Oh my gosh.
So
okay, what did he buy? That's what I want to know. What did he buy? Do you remember? Was it a statue?
He was looking for a Charlton Heston figure because he was making his own Omega Man.
I know.
His own Omega Man. Yep.
It came out very well.
Cool. Well,
I saw it.
I bragged to him that I had the Omega Man soundtrack.
So do I. Great soundtrack.
Forever to find.
I've heard it.
Ron Granier, great soundtrack.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's playing right now in my head.
Dun, dun,
But
dun,
then,
dun,
then Larry,
dun.
did he tell you the great story of him and Charlton Heston? On
Okay, we don't have time for this.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
no,
should
no, no.
really get going.
Later.
Larry.
Okay,
All right?
okay.
That's why
I'm
we
just
started
asking if
earlier.
He said
All right, I'll
no.
be quiet.
Okay, well, we'll do that another time.
Yes.
We can
Fine, go. Jesus.
And yes, like the Three Stooges, we all sleep together.
Boys, guy.
Nah. Let me try it again.
That's weird. I don't know if it's
I
just
didn't
me.
hear a
It was
thing.
completely silent.
Yeah.
It, like didn't pick it up.
My
It's-
mic doesn't like it. Yeah.
Oh,
That's weird.
Let me try one more.
you know how they do? They go.
My word.
Why don't you guys do
Yeah.
that? Why don't you guys do it?
Okay.
Do what?
Let me try it. Well,
Okay.
no, you should.
Yeah, no, Sean, you do it. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
you
let me
do it.
just
Or
try
both
it. Let me just.
Yeah.
Larry, you do the. And I'll do the.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, ready?
Okay.
Clean.
Well, you have to do first.
I don't.
And then
Yeah,
I did.
the-
Oh, okay,
you
I didn't hear that
Well,
part.
we didn't hear it.
Yeah,
Okay,
here we go. Here we go.
Okay.
And
Okay, I got it. I think it's somehow these mics through Zoom don't
Yeah,
like certain levels. So Sean, you do the whole thing. Do the
Okay,
snore
okay.
and then do the wee wee wee.
No, I'll try. Ready? Here we go.
Okay. Give me one more. I didn't hear the snore at all.
yeah, neither.
Really?
did I.
Okay.
We're not
Wow,
hearing the
that's
snore.
weird.
That's
so weird. Let me point this away a little bit.
So
Let me
weird.
Point this away.
Wow,
Try that.
maybe
heard it
this
the
is the
first
one
time,
time. Maybe this is the one time that James can.
Yeah. Try. Can you do that?
You do it.
It's.
No, you do just even if you just do the snore, because that's what we're
Okay.
not getting here.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
It just sounded like somebody choking. Like, "Argh!"
All right, I'm gonna try that.
Somehow I woke up this morning, didn't foresee doing this.
45 minutes later.
I know. Since we've done this long, we might as well.
You've
So
got
let
to
me
put
try.
the extras, man.
It'll
be like silence.
just a bunch of silences. It's like
And now
wow.
here's
the
four
technical
men,
problems with the outtakes.
4 men trying to do the Three Stooges sleeping.
Yeah.
Let me try this. Let me get as far away from the
Yeah.
thing. Okay, ready?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. No.
Okay.
Completely silent.
Let me try it. Let me
It's
try
so
it now. I'm gonna try
weird.
it from a distance. Okay. Let me try it from a distance.
Okay, go.
Let me try it from a distance. Here we
Okay.
go.
Okay, it's good.
That's good.
But we need the snoring to be kind of a little more extended.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's try it. Let me try this.
Yeah.
It's weird though. The snore only got the very tip of it at the beginning, and then it was
No
silent.
It just got the tip. Larry.
Oh, weird.
That's right. Let me one more time.
But
Okay.
the wee wee wee's great.
Okay. Here we go.
Seriously.
Here we go. Here we go.
Okay, go.
No.
No.
I think with all
I
the
was trying-
pieces
I
you
was
can
trying to
play
be
with.
Let me try
quieter.
this. Let me try one.
Let me do it upside down. See if
Let me
that
try.
works.
let me try this. Let me try this. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Here we
Here we go.
No. All I
No?
heard was the snore.
How about this, Matt?
No,
how
no,
about,
no. Wait, you heard the snore? Because that's all
I
I
heard a
did.
little bit of the snore.
That's all I heard. Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say is, Matt, you could just record it on your own. You
Fuck
know.
it.
Yeah.
I know.
Because
You know,
we have to
you
wrap
could
it
just
up.
record it at home.
That's hilarious.
That's funny. That's so funny though. It's the curse
try.
of the
Let me
Three
try.
Stooges snoring sounds.
It must be copyrighted.
yeah. Somehow AI is like keeping
I
it-
know, right.
Oh, you can't do that. You can't. No.
Yes.
or the
Okay.
ghost of Mo Howard is just haunting
Right.
us.
Yeah. Okay.